to the NFC West, our final division to break down. 49ers. Only the Chiefs are more heavily favored to win a specific division than the San Francisco 49ers in 2023. Niners minus 160 right now. Seahawks come in second choice at plus 195. It's viewed similar to the NFC East to be a two-team race in the West with the Rams 10-1, Cardinals long shots at 25-1. So you don't believe there will be a drop-off for Geno Smith at quarterback in his second year in the system after getting the contract extension. Is it enough, though, to overcome where San Francisco is at from a personnel perspective outside of some of the question marks at quarterback that the Niners have?
I think this is really closer than you might think it is, right? I think Seattle has had a really good offseason. I think Tremont Jones will help them tremendously, right? And I think returning Bobby Wagner. Now, today they're going to bring Jordan Brooks off of PUP, which I think certainly will help them. And they had a really good draft with Witherspoon, the corner, to go along with Michael Jackson and all the other players, Woolen that played at corner for him last year. So this is really a good team. It's a good team. And I almost went there with them, but I just kind of fell for the continuity, the skill players of San Francisco and went there. But this was a harder decision that I'm going to kind of keep going through in my head because I think Seattle's a really good team. And I think they've improved. And I think they're going to be better defensively. They were not good defensively last year. And their ability to play man-to-man more in the secondary with Woolen and Witherspoon and Michael Jackson, I think it gives them a chance.
I definitely feel like I'm in that category of believing in what the Seahawks have done personnel-wise to make improvements, but at the same time, San Francisco is the rightful favorite, should be minus money, and is ultimately going to win the division. Where do you stand on the defensive line of Seattle, where you talk about the improvements they've made secondary-wise? And Chen Nwosu had a really good season as an edge rusher last year, but I still look at that D-line as being somewhat of a weak link, and we saw that get exposed multiple times against the 49ers in that elite run game they have on offense.
Well, I mean, they finished 22nd in yards per attempt allowed against them. They finished, 30th in yards allowed, right? And, and people, could run the ball. They were 27th in touchdowns allowed in the run game. And let's face it, with all those numbers, you say, well, maybe they played great red zone. No. They were 25th in points allowed defensively. And their red zone defense was 4th. And their third down defense was 27th. So all these numbers I'm citing to you really show their defense wasn't good enough last year. And you could see why they added Draymond Jones and they drafted Witherspoon and they need Brooks back. And that's why they signed Bobby Wagner back. I think those additions can help because there's only one way to go. I mean, they make the playoffs last year, Ben, and I just read you some horrific defensive numbers. Remember, the Panthers went into this misconception that Seattle's a good home team is kind of alluring. It's not really the case, right?
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.